So 2020 is gone and 2021 is here. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of go over the plans for this year, not only for the property, but for the channel, for the tractor, for the garden, everything. So we're going to take a walk, you and I and Jax here. Let's see, Jax, there's Jax. So we're going to take a walk around here. Just got this new DJI gimbal, so hopefully it won't be so shaky as it has in the past. You know, we're getting stuff done. So as we're walking down the trail here, we just left the garage. Garage is up there. And here's our first kind of stop here is all these logs. So these logs right here are all birch that I took down in the previous videos. And right here, we got 1, 2, and 3, and then in the distance 4 and 5. These are all sick and dying trees that need to come down. There are also a couple over there on the past the barn there. So we got some trees to take down, that's for sure. And we got lots of firewood. So we got all this pile here. Now some of this pile right here is a combination of really a couple aged stuff and then also some just dead and rotted stuff. I think I'm going to use the rotted stuff to kind of actually help keep some of the good stuff off the ground. But we can see here also we got a decent pile of logs here. And this all needs to get processed for firewood. So we got piles of sticks out there, but that'll stay. I have done a lot of stuff kind of off camera because, well, man, 2020 has been hectic. We moved the wood splitter down here, so I think this is going to be our new wood splitting location. What I'm trying to do is to stop how much processing that we're doing. You know, moving logs all over the place. So get it in one centralized location, and then I'm going to use kind of this area here and then this area here to make some of those round piles, the round stacks, and hopefully they can hold more cords of firewood. But put it down here. I know it's going to be in the shade and won't dry as good as maybe in the full sun, but there's very limited areas where we can put stuff and for it to be level. So we got the trail here now. The trail needs to be fixed, that's for sure. So this is definitely getting rutted in. This is second year, I think, for this part, or maybe this is only the first year. But we definitely have some over here. Come on, Jax. Oh, there he goes. So we got the fire pit here, or fire burn pile here. Gonna have to do something with here, and the reason I'm stopping here is really to kind of look up at the barn here, and you can see just even with the rocks here how much incline there is. We're a good probably 4 feet, 5 feet lower than the barn right now. But all this rock, actually, I'm thinking about trying to remove. Some of these are actually pretty big boulders, and I don't think the BX23 can really handle it, but we'll see. You can see I tried to level out the barn, and that was done once we first bought the house. But you can see right there, right on that corner, that right-hand corner, the roof line is collapsing. So the barn is another issue. Hopefully I can get it level. Maybe we'll start using it again. It's just a huge project that I don't have the skill set, and it's kind of daunting to me. Now we'll go into the garden, and the garden has changed quite some time since the last videos. You know, not only is it winter out and it's cold, but here we got also some nice new latches and everything. Come on, Jax. I also I fixed the hinges, so now it actually opens fully. I had to pull them out. Interesting enough, though, for whatever reason, it started rusting already. I thought these were galvanized, but the pressure treated kind of stuff just made it, I guess, I don't know, rust out. We could definitely gonna do more garden boxes. You can see this is kind of weighing down now. I need to do something with the garden boxes themselves. I don't know if I'm supposed to till it or rip out all these dead stuff. Things to learn. We got our mulch pile here now. So you got stacks of hay in there. We got everything. But the leaves are already kind of decomposing. Obviously it's not a hot compost pile, but it's doing its job. And then here we got the most recent project is the chicken coop, which has been going on for some time now. And I built it, I painted it. I'm cutting this out right here for the best, was it Best Nest box? Yeah, that's what it's called. And I still have to clean it up, but that's what the thing is. I got lots of projects, and this is where the door will be, right in here, right in there, hopefully, for the chickens. We'll fence it in that area and everything, get it all protected. Talking about fencing, so here's the original fence that I did, that we did kind of on camera, the first kind of projects that we did. But we need to add some kind of protection to the bottom to keep stuff from getting in here. I don't know, can you guys see it? So right here you can see that things are digging underneath here. So my idea is to kind of make an L shape of fence line and kind of staple it out there on the route surrounding the entire area, so animals can't burrow under. It's not going to be as difficult as the entire fencing project, because you don't really have to pull it tight as much. But we definitely need to do something to keep the animals from getting underneath here. And then panning over here, we got another box over here. That's going to be for seedlings to actually start repopulating the forest. We're going to grow them in the protected areas so the deer don't eat them. My idea is to actually use kind of 5-gallon pots and get them started in there, get the seedlings started, and then we can transport them out there once they're about like 2 years old. The apple trees, they're faring well. I mean, I don't know when they're going to actually fruit. We had a small little apple couples, but they got ransacked by the deer. So I'm hoping that these two survive. The one good thing here with the property is since it's downhill, this area it sees a lot of moisture. And it's rained like 2 days ago, and the soil is still very, very wet. And then we're just going to add some more garden boxes. So my idea is to add 4 more, and by 4 more we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So we're going to get a 3x3 box. So we're going to add five more boxes. I think I might kind of redo the boxes in the sense of the design, and I might also, you can see that one's not level. I might try to level that out, but probably not. Oh gosh, another thing. So again, looking to the barn, we can see the septic I don't even know what you call it, the CO PVC pipe there. Yeah, well, that's the septic field. I need to find out where that septic field is, because the barn has a electrical line and a water line that's there, and I would like to actually pull it straight from that corner straight into here, and then over this way to the chicken coop. So if we pull it down from the barn, and we'll pull it down this way, pull it down here, make a left, and follow that kind of line right there, and then we'll end up right by the chicken coop. We'll be able to power and have water down here. We'll be able to better irrigate and provide water for the garden. If we ever want to water the fruit trees, we can. We got some work to do. Got to get rid of that pile of dirt. I know where it has to go too. I really should have built a gate on that side, to be quite honest, but whatever. It is what it is. We need to kind of regrass this area, potentially put some seed down here just to, get the mud away. There's so much stuff to do. So much stuff to do as Jax is enjoying the woods. But yeah, this septic field is right here. There's the one CO line there, and then we got another CO line there, and actually, technically, we have a third. Now, there was a couple access points that were up the hill, but those definitely got buried when they redid the grading. There's one right here. Okay, well, that's frozen, but that's just like an access point. And the access points were over there, and I don't know if they got buried. Pull the electrical line from there. Pull the because there's actually a breaker box in there. Pull the electrical line, pull the water line, but that means I need to get through this rock. I need to dig 4 feet down to get past the frost line, and then that's a big area. So hopefully the BX23 can do it. I'm sure it can. My brother-in-law and my father-in-law were telling me I should just rent a trencher for a day, which probably is correct. Over here, you can see where Jax is. I got the tractor almost stuck because I'm trying to pull out all this leftover metal fencing. I got stuck. And now we're going to move past the garden area, and we're going to go follow down this trail here. Now, this trail is not complete, obviously, but you can see I'm marking it out. And you can see just how clear everything is now, like especially with no green, no leaves. You can see pretty far down into the wood line. You can see back onto my neighbor's property. He's got like 50 plus acres. He's got goats. He wants me to buy goats. I want to buy goats, but we're not there yet. And then this is other stuff I kind of did off camera. Is I've been out here kind of pulling up some of that timber, some of that lumber, some of that firewood to get processed. And you can see this big stack here. So I don't even know what this is. This is about like 10 feet, 12 feet wide, and this is about 6 feet high at this point. Now, most of this is pretty good, and this has all been stuff that's been, aged for, 2 years now, almost, or a year and a half. So some of it does have some rot, but most of it's pretty good. And obviously we got some logs that are down on the ground, so they will rot out earlier. But my goal is to kind of get this stuff processed this winter. Take some vacation days, which is not a vacation, and get these all processed and everything, and have some firewood for quite some time, and then start the firewood business of like selling some of it off. I really do wish I had a sawmill, because some of this looks like, I could get, actual lumber out of. Like, look at that big guy down there. It's a shame that I don't have all the stuff that I would love to have. But, and you can see where the trails I'm making. I made a trail kind of like going through here. And that's one thing I want to do, is kind of build these trails and everything to be able to move the tractor through without getting all muddy. But then also later having the kids have ATVs. I don't want to do anything like, I don't want to do gravel or anything like that, just wood chips. But, wood chips do decompose and they do rot out themselves. And we're going to kind of give you kind of an orientation here. So that's the house there. And, we're at the back left-hand corner now of the property, but the property goes all the way over here. So we're going to walk over here. We're going to follow the ridge line down and kind of go through what we want to do here. And actually, if you can see back there, that little rock outcrop there, that's where one of our local fox live. Yeah, we'll go this way actually. So old deer stand. Would like to start using that and start hunting. Got to actually get the hunting license though. New Jersey got to have the hunting license, and it's free for the military, so there's no reason I don't do it. But time. So you can see where I cleared it out here, and you can also see I'm trying to get through here. I would like to have multiple access points, and you can see this kind of coming down from the garden. This is kind of almost a straight shot to the back corner of our property, and you can see that big rock right there. That's actually where I want to build like a mini deck, and it's just going to be a deck in the middle of nowhere. But Courtney really wants to have a yoga stand, and she would like to do yoga in the forest, and she is a yoga instructor. Have people come over, walk down, past the garden, maybe sell some produce, sell some apples. Oh, look at some baby trees here. Yeah. And you can see, this stuff is kind of off the ground, so most of it has stayed good. Some of it's obviously not, but this is probably not that good. But once the tractor, I got to fix the tractor. Broke another hydraulic line, and she's a beautiful tree. I like this tree right here. Very, very pretty. But yeah, so we got. And I'm trying to clear the property kind of methodically, but I got that one area piled up, And I need to get this area back here. There's not much, but man, we do have a lot of seedlings down, which is good. The forest is trying to repopulate itself. Like, you know, look, that's beautiful, gorgeous. Look at all of them. Oh, I mean, these are kind of just growing right back from the old one. So this is, I'm pretty sure this is ash. So hopefully it's probably just going to die out anyway. Because the ash beetle is here, Japanese ash beetle. That's why they took all these trees down. But yeah, so we definitely have some good ones over here. They're nice and aged now. So we need to get in here and just pull this stuff up. The only problem is back here is really wet. We're kind of, I don't know if you can tell, but we're kind of in a gully here, or like, you know, a draw. You can see I got high ground, you know, right there to my right. We got high ground to my left. This rock line here is kind of, right here is actually the property line. So we'll take this up, and got lots of nice seedlings already started. We got to rip this stuff out. This is an invasive species. Got to rip all this stuff out. It'll be easier in March. That'll be a good time. The first thing they're really turning green, so it's really good time to pull it all out. And then I still have metal fencing back here, but like this is just, it's a pain in the ass when you're this far away from the property to pull this all out. I got most of it already out, but we got to get the rest out. You can barely see the barn and the house, and that's where we are. So we're on top of this little ridge here. We got the old farm wall here. Now this farm used to be cattle, I think. At some point, this all had cattle on it. I don't know if it was for milk, because we do have some old stuff here that I found. There's an old milk jug over here. There's an old fireplace, wood burning stove. And you can see here, I already took down this metal, but I cut it down, but I need to actually pull it out. So I'd like to get the tractor up here, because this is kind of like a cleared out area. Like, you definitely, you know, this is pretty level here. I could operate the tractor, just be a decent hike around, because I would have to come up from this area and then all the way around and bring it up. But you can see, like, I definitely cleared out some of the you know, the areas that had the fallen timber tops. And I keep on forgetting, like, I need to bring my axe and my chainsaw to get rid of these vines, try to save some of these bigger trees. Here again is this some more abandoned metal just out here. Why it's out here, don't know. This tree I need to obviously clear out if I want to use this at all. The people didn't come up here to lumber, so we got some trees here. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure this is ash as well. This has been off the ground, so I probably can get it and it's not rotted. I can turn it into some firewood here. I was like, oh, climb up and over. Down there is where the yoga stand will be. Kind of, you know, surrounded by trees. It's definitely not as forested as it once was, but as the trees in the forest kind of heal after the lumber, it should get better. And the reason why I'm actually clearing all this out is because I actually really want to redo it. I want to redo it and put in all new field fencing, but do it right, not put it into the trees, you know, and not just use, like, you know, wooden posts that you're not really setting. You know, just use some T-posts, you know, put it through, put some good fencing in here, you know, actually make it taut. And yeah, Jax, come here, come on. And now we're at the back line here. So we got right there, you can see that's our corner marker. It's kind of funny, there's an X there. They were supposed to take that tree, and I guess they didn't. Oh, no, that's the X means don't take it down. Yeah, I wanted to save that one because I like how big it is. And this old dead tree, I mean, big standing dead tree, or at least the lower half is dead. The top half actually looks alive, but she'll be coming down soon. And then like just like this one, this is all just like, look at this. It almost looks like it got mushrooms growing out of it. Looks like one of those Indian totem poles kind of thing. But we got some maple, like that's a maple right there going up. Sugar maple, kind of damaged though. We got another sugar maple. I marked some of these. Got a sugar maple there. So if you see orange tape around it, that's sugar maple. And yeah, so this is actually this back corner here. So if we look to the right, there's the rock. That's where the yoga stand will be to, look at the rock, and Courtney can instruct yoga from there, and we'll build a little level deck. And then here you can see I'm a good like 12 feet higher than Jack's right now. This is where we're going to build the shooting range. So it's not going to be like a full range, but it's just, small 20-meter target range. This will probably be a backstop for sound. We'll set it up kind of right here in this low part. This is kind of damp as it is. And build a berm and everything, and yeah, be good to go. Now, it's like I keep on thinking that this should just be the berm. And then we just, use some, put some more dirt in there, put a liner down, put some dirt down, put some logs in there, to try to help with the lead. And you can see the little markers. I try to mark some of the seedlings because I would like to try to protect them. As you can see here, this is where the logging trail they used, and we got a decent amount of stuff that's in there. Well, the Japanese stilt grass has overgrown it. And that's what all this stuff is. If you're seeing all the dead grass, that's Japanese stilt grass, invasive species, very invasive actually. Holds no nutrient value. Deer don't eat it. It's almost impossible to kill without using fire. We'll turn this will keep as a trail for the most part, and just to get to this back part of the property. But also, this is my neighbor's property right here. And he has a whole bunch of timber that's still here. And he ain't pulling it out. And he said that if I could pull it out, then I'm more than welcome to. So anything that's really close to the property line, later, if I get through all that firewood, I'll come back here. Because it's a shame to let it rot, You can at least get it stacked, You can use it for the next, decade. I don't know how long firewood can actually last, but I would like to make it last as much as possible. And then this is where I got to. I got this area a little bit cleared out. You can see the path there. And then this is that side trail from the log pile. And just got these logs to bring back up. But like all that lumber right there, all that is just good firewood. That's just, the longer it sits there, if it sits there one more year, probably it's going to be shit. It's all going to be rotted out and be worthless. And I would like to not have worthless stuff on the property. So from now until probably growing season, which is kind of like late March, April. So next like 3 months is this going to be spent out here in the woods. I do have projects inside, and that's the crazy thing is I just have so many projects. You can see all the seedlings here. And this is the birch field back here. This is pretty much all birch. This was a pasture at one point that, now 20 years later, or 30 years later, this is the tree growth. These birch are all dying too. We're at the end of their life cycle. But now we have all these markers, and all these markers represent a new seedling. So I'd like to try to fence off some of these areas to protect it for the deer, especially once April gets around and they start leaving and budding. It doesn't even have to be that high of fencing. It really doesn't. Because the deer in here aren't going to be jumping that much. Come on, Jax. Jax likes to run away. Got to keep him close. As we climb up here, we can look back. And you can see we've moved quite some distance. Good 600 something feet. 800 feet. And here, this metal T-post coming up here is our back right-hand corner property, or corner marker. Jack's likes going crazy. But as you can see, there is the barn. It's got the lean-to there. It's where we store some of the tractor implements. And the back was an old chicken coop. Everything's falling apart here, sadly. So, you know, trying to repair stuff, and you can see how dead this area of the forest is. I mean, just dead tree, more dead. Whole bunch of stumps in here. Whole lot of invasive species we got to get rid of. And you can see I've been working in here, but I was trying to control this Japanese stiltgrass, but I've come to find out that you really cannot. The first year I was mowing this to try to, because if you mow it down small enough over and over again, it's a annual, it's not a perennial. So with the annual grass, as long as it doesn't seed, you can defeat it. Well, it's just so much work, and there's so much rock and chewing up the freaking everything. And here's the lean-to. We got some lumber storage in here. This stuff that's been on the property that I found. Been using it, make shelves with it. And yeah, they got the nice motorcycle. But I mean, it's just yeah, it's got electricity. That's one good thing. So we'll take you inside the barn here. And this is, I got the ladder in here. I got some stuff in here because we're working in here. Amazing, the iPhone 12 Pro, how well it does with light changes there. That's great. But yeah, this is just kind of a storage area right now. So I saved some of this metal here to actually use with the trying to fence in those seedlings. So we'll be taking that out there, hopefully. We got some old bales of hay here, which probably has been used for mice to nest in. I had this, got it for free for the reseeding the property. But we're going to probably take some of these wood boards here. These are probably, these are, what, 2x12s. I'm going to probably be trying to use it for shelving in the house. And then the thing is, this siding here, I cannot find anywhere. And then the problem is now the barns have become like a trend. To find this barn wood here, is very difficult, to say the least. This is this is actually just paneling. Hold on. I gotta take you to the other side. The original barn here, you can see these are like tongue and grooved panels, and this is wide, 15 inches wide there. But you can see though, some of it's really damaged. And so I don't know what I'm going to do with this barn, to be quite honest. I mean, I want to save it. And you can see that we had to lift it up and everything, but look at that clearance that we got now. It is just, yeah. I'm trying to save it as we go on, but it's a lot of work and a lot of money and a lot of everything. Jax! Where's that damn dog? Oh, there he is. And then, so here's the water line that we need to take and pull down to the garden. So hopefully. So yeah, that was the property tour. 2020 was a challenging year. It was a challenging year for everybody. COVID-19 definitely has affected pretty much everyone on the planet. But here in the Northeast, I mean, we're pretty affected by it. We, obviously lockdown in New Jersey, closing of businesses. It's kind of almost a shame, really. You go driving anywhere in the area that I live in Sussex County, and you can see a lot of mom and dad shops. They're closed. There's lots of places that have for sale and for lease, and that's a whole bunch of families that have gone under. And it is a shame that those businesses are going under. And also it's a blessing that so many are still surviving and figuring out how to survive during this pandemic. The one thing I would say though with 2021 is we need to get away from saying this is the new norm. This is just my, Drew's, opinion, but this is not the new norm. We're not staying in masks, and we're not staying in lockdown and eating outside and 6 feet apart for the rest of our lives. This is not the new norm. This is a moment in time that this too shall pass. And when this does pass, we'll all go back to normal, and we'll go back to our busy, hectic lives. And, hopefully we learned from 2020 to be kind of more present in the moment to take not take for granted the things that we've taken granted for. Not get upset if our Amazon package doesn't arrive the next day. Like, not get upset when, an order takes a while to fulfill. And maybe we also learn to do that, teleworking, because it couldn't help the quality of life too, especially if you work in an office. Like commuting, so much time is wasted on commute. I commute 2 hours a day. I used to commute 4 hours a day. So there's a lot of time that's on the road. Pollution. I mean, you could go left, right, or, center with all the different things that can help on. But yeah, 2021 should be a good year. The property has lots to do. Chickens obviously are going to come. I don't know if we'll get to goats, but time is always the number one commodity. Time is so precious. It's more precious than money, because we only have so much of it on this planet. And whatever you believe in, there's only so much time you get. So we have to think about what we're going to do with that kind of time. And then the next important resource is actually just money. Is how do we get to spend our money the most efficiently way to benefit us the most long term. You can spend $20 and get something cheap, or you can spend $40 and get something more expensive, or you can spend $100 and expect it to last. You could always buy the cheap thing, but sometimes buying the little bit more expensive thing lasts a little bit longer. Same thing with this this garden, this fenced in area. I was trying to do it for cheaper. I wanted to do it myself. I did pay for a little bit extra money for the better fencing though. I should have bought and paid more money for the better posts, and I should have learned more and done it more, but it was an experience to say the least. So there's lots to come to the channel on All Heart Homesteading, and there's more to come. We're going to try to get better at putting out videos and content more frequently and on schedule. So kind of look forward to 2 videos a week. So the goal would be at least 100 videos by the end of 2021. That's my goal. And we're just going to kind of take you along with the ride and, stop trying to make such picture perfect videos, because I don't think we're there yet as content creators. I'm not. And we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Join us in this adventure as we take this property and turn it into something new, something better. Lots of firewood, lots of chainsaws, lots of tractor videos, I swear. And garden videos and chickens and everything else. And there's a plethora of different homesteaded channels out there. And I don't necessarily know if we can offer too much more than any other ones. But we're going to do stuff. I can tell you that. So join us, and welcome to 2021. Happy New Year. Stay safe out there, and join us on the next video.